Achilles tears are everywhere in the NBA. Stars are going down and nobody seems to know why. But Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce think they do. And what they reveal might shock you. From skipped workouts to weak preparation, they break down the hidden cause behind this injury epidemic. Now hear it from the source.
I've never seen nothing like this in the league.
Eight.
You got about like
Eight in a
3 or
year.
4 players that's not even gonna play next year.
3 stars alone just in the playoffs.
Stars. Dillard,
Yeah. Hallie.
Lillard, Halliburton, and Tatum
Tatum.
all tore their Achilles in the playoffs.
Gone
In
for
the
a whole
playoffs.
year.
All wear jersey number 0.
0, yeah, with pink shoes.
2 of them had pink shoes.
One had red. Dame was red. I had to look that up.
Dame had red.
Yeah, I had to look that up.
Same family.
This all meant something to me, man.
2 of them wore number 0.
I threw my pink
3 of
out
them.
the
All
door,
3 of
dog.
them.
Oh, 3 wore number 0.
Yeah, bro.
Ooh, that's crazy, huh?
That's crazy. That's a hell of a coincidence.
So what do you guys attribute all these injuries to? Like what is it? Everyone has their own theories and
Yeah.
opinions, but what do you guys think it is as being guys in the league?
If I'm being honest, P and I was in the backyard today chopping at P's crib, talking about this, and we don't think that the today's NBA player, they do play at a fast rate, but I don't think they're in a tip-top shape. I don't think these players today, I think they're in shape until they talk to motherfuckers that's in shape. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the league is in the type of shape that you need to be in the type of shape to play at this pace. I think they think that, and if anybody knows the body, your calves are your brakes. You know, your calves are your brakes. And the one thing that supports the calves is your Achilles. So if your calf is the first thing to shut down, you have to think about how things are built, right? I watched all of the tapes of Cole, Tatum, and Hallie. When you watch how all 3 of them poured their shit, they poured it the same way. Pump fake, and you used to pump fake like this. I used to pump fake with my whole body, meaning that I would show you the ball. Paul, Cole, Tracy, when they would give you something because they was wings, they can give you a pump fake from here. It didn't even have to be a dramatic, but they were so prolific at the shot that you had to honor it. So when P gave you this, he already knew that you was up, so he would be already in there. If you're not one stretched, and again, I heard this the other day. Some of the trainers were talking about the lack of calf raises for some of the players to end their workout. Bro, we used to end a workout, especially on a leg day, calf raises. This is how I'm speeding up, this is how I'm stopping, this is my whole wiggle. If your calves ain't here. And on top of, whenever I go to finish, I gotta be athletic enough to finish, right? Bro, when you start breaking that down, I'm watching how the technique of that, man, that is, to me, I'm watching, when you are working out and the coach gives the ball back to you to reset, he gonna tell you to get in 2 or 3. Bro, all this technique means something. First time, you know when you break technique? Man, when you get tired. When you get tired, I start standing up. Technique breaks down, I ain't showing it, I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? So when I watched it, man, they all 3 planned it the same way. And to me, yeah, that's what I saw. And they all popped the same way.
You know what's so crazy too? Like, where we at, like in the advancement of like,
Medicine and science?
yeah, you know, like the science of sports and with the NBA transitioning. And this been like right before I got out the league, and you put all this investment to the trainers. Because when we was in there, we had 1 or 2 trainers. A trainer and assistant trainer. Now every team got about 10 different trainers.
And they got data system, which
And
means they got a joint in your
data,
neck, and they
they
see
got-
how much you running, your rate, all that shit.
They
So they come
invested.
back.
You know what's happened? The Coats and Ties created so many different jobs for these cats, but we got more injuries than ever. You know what I'm saying?
You mean more solution, you mean?
So they've implemented the analytics now. So now we're gonna not only put the analytics toward, what they do in the game, we're gonna put it toward what they do off the court as far as their weight training, as far as their treatments, and try to like put the data in and say, you come to practice one day and say, hey, you know what, Steph, you've been running too much. In practice, we tracked that you did 10 miles over the last 3 days. You need to rest today. You know what I'm saying? They implemented so much of that, but now we got so much more injuries.
Well, the players don't play as much as we did, P.
But they body not trained. Like, this is what Ticket talk about, that they out of shape. We practiced every day. We went up and down every day.
Like a game.
Like a game. So we 5-on-5 pretty much the whole season.
With drills.
With drills. And so now they come in and they doing a lot of individual work.
With a trainer.
So a lot of our shit was game speed. Right.
with a trainer.
And then in the summer,
At half speed.
right.
For 30 minutes.
Right.
And then they're gonna go play a 2-hour fucking game and think they gonna play.
In the summer, we play ball.
Ball,
We
hard.
play 5-on-5.
For 7 hours.
In the summer, they individual work every day.
For 30 minutes. With one trainer.
Yeah.
And think that's gonna be the same shit. Like, what are we
Nah,
talking
it
about
ain't
here?
the same.
Bro, motherfucker do a whole workout an hour by himself. I come in here, it's 5 niggas in one workout doing 30 minutes. Bro, this
Yeah.
is not the same shit, bro.
No.
Then he gonna go run Red Mountain and try to kill himself.
Yeah, that's why I wanted
Come
to
on,
bring
man.
up. Ticket, you had a pretty, memorable.
Just because you didn't
Yeah.
see this nigga killing himself don't mean he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
But
saying.
should more players kind of implement resistant bands, training in the sand, dunes, things like that you guys did in the off season?
Go ahead.
No good.
Now, I was just gonna say those things implemented when you in the fourth quarter and I gotta guard you. I gotta guard a Tracy McGrady. I gotta guard a real nigga in fourth quarter and I'm tired of my legs done. How do I simulate that? I gotta go play against people like this, and then I gotta take my body and try to kill it. Because when you, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. This is what them motherfuckers don't tell you about game 4 or game 5 or game 7. When you in mud and they come down to LO and they call the triangle and you gotta stop LO from Lloyd, and I'm stuck in mud and my legs ain't even, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I get to the huddle and 3-4 niggas is falling out. Motherfuckers don't wanna play no more. Like, bro, you can't simulate this. This is the foxhole you in. So you try to put yourself in simulate. He would go to, what's the dunes you go to?
Oh yeah, the dunes over there in Manhattan Beach.
I'm going to the opposite dune where it look like a whole mountain. He doing that one, I'm doing this one. We both talking shit about what it take to get to the top. He talking about how he threw up. I talking about how I threw up coming down. He threw up on the way up. Like, Lord, who training like this? And why y'all training like that? Guess what? We get to the fourth quarter, we looking fresh. We dapping, yeah, nigga, you remember that?
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you, nigga, let's get in there. Like, you know what I'm talking about? You feel what I'm saying? So that's what we doing. So even though I know my dog ain't whatever, when we get into gym, you see who, man, it just makes so much sense. You see who been working on their shit. And it looks obvious. Like, you're like, oh shit, boy, I see you got that. Yeah, man, I'm working with the bands, I'm in, yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're doing this for, because that extension of that workout, man, when you run Red Mountain, you ever been in Red Mountain? Man, Red Mountain, before it gets 9 o'clock, it's probably 100 degrees. And you running up it. And you gotta do some sprints and some other shits and all this shit. And all you're thinking is, man, why am I out here? Then all of a sudden you look up and I'm zigzagging into I'm walking, I'm nose on the ball, and I'm low as shit, and I'm watching how he's looking at me. And yeah, like, man, my workouts used to actually mirror what I have to do throughout the year. And I'd be so caught up into that I couldn't sometimes tell what was reality, or I couldn't, like sometimes I look up and I'm in it. And we playing in UCLA, and then you know, boom, I'm in a real game. Like, so the workouts mean something, because they try to, or at least for us, or for me, try to emulate the tough times in the league. And that's all it's for.
Damn, that's crazy. Calf, all these calf strains. That used to be the first thing I stretched when I came into practice.
Man, calf raises. A lot of people don't know that if you do,
yeah.
a lot of people don't know if you do calf
Raises.
Calf raises and ankle rotations, you'll never sprain your ankle again.
Now, I think
You'll never sprain your ankle again.
I sprained my ankle so much my first couple years. When I used to turn it, it didn't even hurt no more. I think my ligaments was just gone.
Man, I sprained my ankle one time, and then this lady showed
sprained
me
it so
ankle
much,
rotations
dog.
to where I did them every day.
I would turn my ankle and I
actually
didn't
built
even
my
feel
calves.
it. I wouldn't feel it hardly no more.
Listen,
So some would also say the low top shoes is a variable in all
that
these
ain't helping
injuries.
shit
do,
either.
Do you guys agree with that? Do you think there's some truth to that?
hell yeah, you couldn't pay me to play in low top shoes.
Maybe that is.
Low tops?
Because
Like what
think
you got
about
on
this.
right now,
Like,
Nate,
think
going
about
to the
this.
cup.
Think about this though.
It's not gonna work.
Like before all these Achilles, who tore their Achilles before this?
Neek was a famous one. That
Dominique?
happened.
Dominique,
Dominique
yep.
Wilkins, yes sir.
He was in low top?
No, those
No.
didn't really exist
He was
in
in
that time
Brooks.
frame that much.
He was in them Brooks. Them hot.
Kobe really is the one that popularized low tops being
He did.
prominent in the league.
For
sure.
sure. He
And
started that.
Cameron actually went on Instagram and Twitter was saying that the low tops were the issue, and then Kevin Durant actually responded and he said that wasn't true. But he's someone that tore his Achilles and also wears low tops. So I'm curious from your guys' perspective, you guys didn't really play in low tops, so I'm curious what you thought.
Man, that's just like, that's unlucky. I can't even attribute it to one thing. I can't attribute it to, do you do calf raises? I can't attribute it to your low tops. It's like, man, it's just, like that is the most like unpredictable injury because it's a step. Like you can see an ACL get, your knee will go a certain way, or your ankle go a certain way, or you dislocate a thumb. Like this one is just it's so unpredictable. It could come on anybody, anytime. It could just be like, boom, you step back. I don't know if it's wear or tear. Where's the data at? You got all these trainers making why did he do it?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? What did my body say at the time?
Damon Halliburton, before their Achilles injury, both had like calf strains and
All right, there we
hamstring
go
type
then.
injuries before, and then they got injured.
All right, there we go then. Did KD have a calf strain too? He did.
He did.
He did.
Yeah,
so
so
that's
some
the
of that
day to
there's-
stop playing on calf strains then.
No,
Now.
strengthen your fucking calves. Do the fucking calf raises every day. You in here working out.
I don't think I ever strained my calf, like ever in my life.
I see you with a calf sleeve on, so I don't know what that was, but yeah.
No, I was putting sleeves on my calves to protect my shins.
Okay.
Because I hated getting kicked in the shins.
So that's what I'm saying. I thought you had a
That hurt.
calf problem because you had a calf sleeve on.
No. That was for my shins.
So you had a calf sleeve on for your
No, I didn't
shins?
wear it. No, that wasn't a calf sleeve. It was a shin guard.
It was a shit.